So my town is Slovakia, in the middle of the summer. 90% of the Jews are picked up in the middle of the night, put into a synagogue, which is not air-conditioned, which has no toilets, which has no running water, squeezed together, no place to sit, for a day and a half. Next day, they're marched to the train station, stuffed into cattle cars, and disappear.
Hello, this is Pastor Joey Rogers from Pace Assembly Ministries in Pace, Florida, and I'm excited to take a few moments to share with you an upcoming event, a Night to Honor Israel, right here at Pace Assembly on February the 2nd at 5 p.m. I've got a very special guest with me today that I want him to share a little bit about CUFI and about this upcoming event and how important it is that you're here. He is the National Director for the Eastern region of CUFI, the United States. His name is Victor Styrsky, and I'm thrilled to call him not only my friend, but a recent author of the book, Jews, Gentiles, and the Mystery of Redemption. And I want to welcome Victor right now and ask him just a few pointed questions. One, the latest CUFI numbers of membership is now over 8 million strong in the United States. And with that, why is it so important right now that people get involved in Christians United for Israel? And it looks like 1939 all over again, Victor.
Pastor Joey, good to see you, my friend. CUFI, yep, it's 8 million and growing right now is the number from about 2 weeks ago. And I had met Pastor Hagee a couple days after CUFI began with a couple hundred people. People were asking him back then, as did I, why do you feel a need for a group of Christians to grow, to become a force that would keep our government standing with Israel? At the time he was doing it, we were very strong. It was back in the days of George Bush II. Israel was not a partisan issue. Democrats and Republicans, they fought back and forth, but Israel was solid. It was part of being American. We stood for the only pluralistic democracy in the Middle East, the only place where those with faith, no faith, Muslim, Christian, atheist, Jew, people are free and safe. And so it was almost a non-issue back then. Pastor would say, I don't know why I'm doing it now. I don't. I just feel from God with my whole heart that I need to do it now. In 10 years or so, we'll understand why. Pastor, it's now going on 13 years since CUFI began, and we do know why he started it then, and why the Lord put it on his heart so strongly. I don't know if you saw the headlines, and anytime anybody looks at the headlines of the day, you can recognize that we're living in a different time. We really are. It's not different for our Jewish friends because it is so similar to 1939. There was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, there was no social media, but the Nazi propaganda machine was powerful, and it was putting out daily just abominable lies about the Jews over and over again, that the Jews started not just World War I, but World War II, and they made wars longer, and they were destroying the world, and on and on. And that's what we see today. Anytime you open up, well, no one reads newspapers anymore, but anytime you open up your laptop and look at the headlines. Just today, earlier this morning, you've probably seen it by now, Iran came out with a statement. This is from the Washington Free Beacon. You'll see it all over the place, but their statement is the following: total annihilation of Israel will be the price for Soleimani killing. The assassination of a wicked, wicked man who had the blood of thousands upon his hands, many Americans as well as others throughout the world. The Iranian leaders are issuing renewed calls for the destruction of Israel, saying that annihilation of the Jewish state is the only fair price for America's recent killing of top Iranian military leader Qasem Soleimani. It is 1939 again, because it's not only Iran, but it's all over the world, not calling for this, but blaming the Jews for almost every problem there is, including all of those within the Middle East.
So that's the reason why it's so important for us to get involved. And if that's not enough, then on the front pages, we're seeing the anti-Semitic activity that's taking place all around our country, 13 specific attacks recently in New York. It's happening on a daily basis. So tell me, Victor, why is it then so important for us to have a night to honor Israel in light of the anti-Semitic opinions of people across the world right now?
A night to honor Israel, Pastor. I'm so proud of you, and I love and adore you for the passion you have for the church and for the God of gods and for those people he calls his firstborn. Remember, he told Moses, "You tell Pharaoh, let my firstborn son go." And we have a night to honor Israel because it is an opportunity to show the Jewish people within your region that we care for them. Some will come, many will hear about it, and as we continue to do these, more and more will come experience it for themselves. But we also do it to try and inspire our Christian community. I know you know our history, that one generation ago during the Holocaust, and the world knew what was happening to the Jews, but anti-Semitism in America was at a peak. The church in Germany and really throughout Europe was Nazified, and no one did anything. There were no nights to honor Israel. There was no CUFI. I've had Jewish friend after friend come up to me throughout the years, and some with tears say, had there been a CUFI during World War II, there never would have been a Holocaust. Jews would die, of course. It was a war, but not 6 million Jews. And let's not forget, over 65 million Gentiles died. God will not be mocked. Those who bless him will be blessed. And the verse actually says in Hebrew, and he who esteems them lightly will be cursed. And the world experienced a curse. Millions of Gentiles dead, 6 million Jews perished, slaughtered. Hundreds of major cities destroyed for decades. But here we are, one generation later. We can't change the past, but we are writing a new future, and CUFI is doing that with leaders like you. We have a night to honor Israel to inspire our faith community, the Christian faith community, to see the time we're in and to take action with it. I know the night to honor Israel is happening on the night of the Super Bowl. We'll get guys out in time, and ladies, if they want to see it, to see the Super Bowl. But if this pro-Israel action we're doing, if this moment in time is the Super Bowl, the night to honor Israel is the huddle. It's not the action. That takes place on the field, which is our college campuses, which is Washington, D.C. once a year. And we hope those who come to the night to honor Israel are inspired to come with you. I know you and First Lady will be coming to D.C. again. That's what this night to honor Israel is. It is a moment to be inspired, and we will be, because God pours his blessing on it. And to also have our hearts renewed in the moment of time we're living in, and what we can do to be part of rewriting this moment of history. We won't talk about much 5,000 years from now, but we will talk about these events. They're being recorded as strongly. They're being recorded as strongly as any of the major battles we read about throughout the scripture. So I hope everyone who hears this and is aware of this upcoming event will be there with us that night.
And I'm excited also about this upcoming night to honor Israel with our special guest, Irving Roth, a firsthand eyewitness account as a Holocaust survivor of Auschwitz. This will be one night that people will not only not forget, but need to hear. Why is it so important that people hear him?
Irving Roth, yes. I know you've heard him speak before. The term a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity is used often and often misused. The Night to Honor Israel with Holocaust survivor Irving Roth as our keynote speaker, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the people of your area, Pastor. He is, he's 90? I try to keep up with him. He's extraordinary. God has blessed this man. He is not just a survivor from one, but two camps and the Nazi death march. He has got a riveting, first-hand experience story of how the Holocaust took place. what we can do to stop it, because it is 1939 again. This, as I help with these events throughout the country for him, I always tell parents, please, and grandparents, please, bring your children. 4th grade and up, what he'll be sharing with them will really be like an inoculation to keep them from, sadly, what is not being taught on college campuses, or what is being taught in such a rewrite of history, that the actual event of the Holocaust is slowly being forgotten or being reduced to a footnote in history, when in fact it was some of our darkest moments. And when we say never again, when Christians United for Israel and our 8 million members and growing, when we say never again, we mean never again. And to be sure that this never happens again, we have got to take action. We'll be letting you know how you can do that at the Night to Honor Israel, and you do not want to miss this evening. I don't believe we'll have them in your area again. So God bless you for doing this. I can't wait to be with all of you. I'm off to Israel in a couple days, and I will be seeing you then in a few weeks. Much love. Bye-bye.
And so that is the reason why it is so important that you join us right here at Pace Assembly at 5 p.m. on February the 2nd for a Night to Honor Israel. We're inviting all of our Jewish friends around this region, as well as our Gentile church family that will come together on this night to honor Israel and to be able to hear the firsthand account of this incredible story of survival from Irving Roth. Don't miss it. Mark your calendars now. Invite as many people as you can. It's a free event. We'll receive an offering for Christians United for Israel, but you'll want to hear this very special guest, Irving Roth. So don't miss it. February the 2nd at 5 p.m. Doors will open at 4. Don't miss it. A Night to Honor Israel.
In 1942, January 20th, that's the date that Germany decided that they're going to figure out how to murder all the Jews quickly and efficiently. When I arrive in Auschwitz, I look around. There are guards with submachine guns, and there are flames coming out of chimneys. And I'm 14 years old.
Hello, this is Pastor Joey Rogers of Pace Assembly in Pace, Florida. And I want to give you a special invitation to join us on February the 2nd at 5 p.m. on a Night to Honor Israel. We will welcome our very special guest and Holocaust survivor, Irving Roth.
Took them from their home to a ravine or into the forest and machine gunned them. Not the enemy of the Third Reich, because after all, some of them are 3-day-old children.